type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D.
You guys suck. Sam Flannel here in for D-Mac. My name is Neil Rule. Happy to have you with us. We have KG in the house. We have Spencer Raxter in the house, and that is it. We have lost one of our brothers.
Fallen comrade.
Young Justin has gone back to Ann Arbor.
Some out for the homies.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Yep, he has gone back to Western Michigan by way of Ann Arbor, depending on who's playing football that day.
Yep.
And we are here with you. Happy to have you along for the ride. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in there. Get your thoughts out there. You guys program the show from time to time. So go ahead, get in there. Get your thoughts out there. And we will chop it up. And, we got some Lion stuff certainly to get into. They signed a bunch of receivers that we all lost our minds about to the practice squad.
Practice squad, star-studded.
Yeah,
Honestly, the best receiving core in the history of practice squads.
Yes.
that I would go along with for sure. I would go along with that for sure. But, yeah, jump into there. Get your thoughts. Jan with the morning all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Dakota Mullet. Neil with a couple of exclamation points. Dakota. So there's that for you as well. And jump in there. How about this? Kevin Bell. My girlfriend won $4,000 last night on the BetMGM last night on a dollar spin. Unreal. She cried.
Damn.
Nice.
Good for her.
Well, hey, man.
Yeah, shut up.
Taxman's happy, too.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't win $4,000.
Uncle Sam came, but I can't.
Just a heads up.
Right.
She didn't win $4,000.
You,
Yeah.
19 for me.
Right. That's where them little lawyer commercials come in. If you need a lump sum.
Yeah, absolutely. But congrats anyway, nonetheless. It'll be a good weekend in the Bell household. But yeah, Tigers, they won yesterday. Juices.
They're back.
Juices didn't die. Nick Pancone, R.I.P. Juices.
Rip.
He's still with us. He's just not with us.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah. And credit to him. He wants to be here. Like, I think if it were up to him, he wouldn't have even gone back to school. And he'll be with us on weekends at, like, watch parties and whatnot. Maybe even pop in during a pre- and post-game show. So, shout out Juices, and I believe he will also be writing for the Red Wings as well. I mean, doing our some of our Red Wings writing. So shout out Juices.
DNC ENT football is effing back tonight, man. We are so back.
We're back.
Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for 6 months. That it spreads out into Maction on Tuesdays. Don't forget, we got some Wednesday games on Netflix, Christmas Day as well.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
It's too much.
I still don't like that.
You're going to watch.
I'm going to watch.
Absolutely, we're going to watch.
Because they're addicted?
Yeah.
You thought Netflix went up on the price for no reason?
Yeah. No, 100%. So, but no, we are going to get into it. Adiz 411 transfer to Oakland University. Justin, now we don't need him. Our club hockey team's already national champions.
Damn.
We don't want to block. We don't want to block any of our players.
That's fair.
There we go.
So no, we are ready to roll though. College football is back. I'm excited. I know Sam Flannel, you're gonna be locked into Coach Prime tonight.
Oh yeah,
100%.
To hate
watch. That's what one of the foundations of games. You know?
Do we underrate that about college football?
Yes.
That hate watching is such a big part of it.
Of course.
For sure.
Of course. With all the rivalries that they have around, do you think Alabama fans hate watch Auburn and vice versa? Michigan fans hate watch Ohio State fans? I mean, that's probably going to be me. If Shedeur Sanders
what was the take that made this happen?
I was at Dispo.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember either.
It's such a great picture.
That is good stuff.
Sam get caught up in so
I
many ways.
love you guys. Like, I'll let you behind the curtain a little bit. One of the things I love about the tone, as you guys say, I love that the tone can have that. Pull that back up again, Spenny. My words did that to somebody.
It did.
Words.
They are powerful.
Did that to somebody. Turned him into Michael Jackson Thriller.
Oh man. Moving forward, I'm trying to make a more of a new and improved old Flannel Sam. But
The anger sharks are swimming around my head. You gotta dunk that shit. You gotta dunk that shit.
You're gonna get the same passions though. That I will never be able to get rid of. Honestly, sometimes I wish I could change that about myself. I don't. Well, I mean, I understand.
People don't.
No,
Right.
That's
what makes you you.
Let me be more specific. I like it for the job that I do, but on Saturday and Sundays, I am oftentimes the most miserable SOB you'll ever find.
Damn.
And there's just, it's not fun watching certain games. It's nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah.
Right? What the fuck? Be saying that a lot probably this year. Hopefully not too much because my teams are going to be good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, second hour we're going to get into the college football. So tomorrow we're doing the nickel package is plural. So we're going to do that.
Nickelback Eye.
Nickelback Eye tomorrow. We are going to get into it. It will be a Bourbon Friday as well. You may, if you can't catch the show, you may want to catch around 12:30 on because we'll see who it has an impact on. Because I'm strapping up the backpack for tomorrow.
There we go.
All right, I'm bringing it in, and we're gonna get into it a little bit. Just get the holiday weekend started right. I got a 3:00 tea time tomorrow. Chair's gonna be spinning out of here at 12:55. I will not talk to anyone in the back. I will not be saying goodbye. Have a great weekend.
Right.
None of that.
I'm out.
I'm jumping in the car and I'm out. I'm already mentally there. And look, we got cool jobs and everything like that. This is everything I ever wanted my life to be.
Yep.
Right? To quote Isaiah Thomas, if somebody said, Neil, if we could make your life any kind of way, I would want it to be this way. I love it. However, I'm out tomorrow.
I hear you.
I'm getting on that golf course. I'm turning on the music and all the activities that follow that as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow's a getaway day for a holiday weekend. We're going to be into it. Spenny will be doing a Labor Day nickel package.
Labor Day.
We'll definitely be doing it. DNCENT, oh my God, I forgot I have the weekend off starting tomorrow. This is what makes grown men cry.
It's true.
And it is.
And Monday.
And Monday.
Yeah.
And so I have Detroit City Saturday night, but it's a home game, so
Nice.
I get to stay in town. By the way,
Shout out keyword.
shout out Nate Steinwasser threw out the opening pitch, and Spenny, that's my bad. I meant to send you some
Hey,
footage, and
that's
I
what's
dropped
up.
the ball. Nate Steinwasser threw out the first pitch. It was a high strike, and then the Tigers won again. Not
There we go.
coincidence.
Hey,
Yeah.
absolutely. And a high strike is certainly a lot better than some first pitches. I will just say
Like
that.
J.J. McCarthy.
And F you, MGK. You disgraced the game.
What did he do?
He threw a damn pitch into the stands.
Yeah, I
trying
did
to be
see
different,
that.
Trying
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
funny.
That was stupid.
That was so
Yeah,
stupid.
he's just trying to be
I
funny.
do kind of like his transition into pop punk, but this isn't an MGK show.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
He's definitely
And-
better at that than he is rap.
Nate Steinwasser don't get enough credit for what he does.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That's
Yeah.
something that I've talked about a lot during the broadcast, too. Just a fan. Neil, will you be bringing out the portable heater on the golf course? No, it is supposed to be 89 tomorrow.
Damn.
With 93 degrees feels like. That's in my slot. I like
Yeah.
that.
You like it muggy
I
and
do,
hot.
man.
You crazy.
Yeah, he's weird.
Sorry. But yeah, shout out Nate Steinwasser. Shout out the Tigers. They won again.
Yes.
Is it real?
The Tigers won again.
Yeah, because you know why it's real? Because the Minnesota Twins can't stop losing. The Tigers are hotter than fish grease.
Well,
and
they're playing the Braves, who have it cooking right now too.
but the ebbs and flows of the season. The Tigers are playing the White Sox and the Angels, and when you've put yourself in such a hole, which the Tigers did, go like throughout the whole season, going into this 7-game stretch, the Tigers, they had no choice but to sweep. You can't go 4-3, you can't
And
go
they did.
5-2, and they have up to this point. They're 6-0, but it's not just that they've had to sweep; they have had to get help. And thank you to the Atlanta Braves. They have been doing the Lord's work at this point. The Minnesota Twins seem to, and I get it, it's not completely off the rails yet, but the last 5 days or so have been perfect for the Tigers. There's nothing more you could have asked, at least in terms of results. They're winning every day, they're playing the crappy teams, and they don't even have to beat the Minnesota Twins to gain a game every day because the Twins can't stop losing. And oh, by the way, the Tigers' young guys, man, Parker Meadows, Spencer Torkelson, Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green, all putting up numbers in August, and I haven't even mentioned Colt Keith yet.
Is Torque back in the core? Trademark.
Not yet. but he does have an over 1,000 OPS in August.
Two nukes back-to-back days.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, too. It was a meatball pitch that Spencer
right
Torkelson
down the middle.
way too often just pops straight into the air, and he launched that
I could have
one.
hit that mother.
Yeah, call him the U.S. Navy in World War II because he dropped back-to-back nukes. You love to see that.
Yeah.
I don't think it was nukes they dropped, Spenny.
They were nukes.
At the time, for their time, they were nukes.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports Chat thread. Jump in to their Adis 411. Oh, Neil's out for a golf outing tomorrow. No, Neil's out at 12:55, so we can go golfing.
Yeah.
Let's go golfing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I call this one cappuccino.
Dirty Dr. D. Sam's breakouts are 30% of the reason I watch.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
You know one's coming.
we'll see what happens today.
Every Neil and Sam show, there is a flannel freak out at some point.
I do wish that the track record wasn't damn near 100% so I could refute that, but all I'm saying is that I'm just trying to be a better me every single day. And sometimes I think the better me and freakouts, they're not mutually exclusive. You can be both.
And
Which
guess
me
what?
am I
Neil
gonna
don't give a
be
damn
today?
about that better you.
No,
Not at all.
I don't care. I don't care
okay.
at all. Crazy Clown. If I told Neil the Tigers would be only 4.5 out of a wild card with 28 games to go, Neil would have laughed at me like he's an expert. Okay, well,
Yep.
Crazy Clown, I missed that message when you told me they would go 16-3 with two pitchers, with two starting pitchers,
Yeah.
and win games where the 5 through 9 hitters are 1 for 16. But they're doing it.
Yeah.
And they're getting every double play. Defensively, guys are on base. They get every double play. The sun's shining on them right now.
It's crazy.
It is.
It is. The schedule has gotten really easy at this point. I mean, it's been easy for this entire run, but as I said before, you got to sweep, and they have up to this point, and hopefully they can continue with that.
And I'm close to making it. The price today. I just can't, in good conscience. And I know they're going to win today. I know they are. But with Montero starting, I'm not laying 165 with Montero
No,
starting.
I hear you. I hear you.
That's not a long-term formula for success. I want to call it a get right so bad.
No,
today.
don't do it.
I want to.
Don't do it.
I want to, but I have another get right for you in the second hour.
I was gonna ask.
In the college football world.
Yes.
It's a future, but they
Okay.
count the same.
All right.
They count the same. They're brought to you by the same person that brought you David Montgomery, over 10 touchdowns, 4-1 last year.
That
Thank
is
you.
true.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I do have, and we're going to do heavy college football in the second hour. We got Lion stuff. We got heavy college football in the second hour. I want Sam Flannel and KG and all of you to sell me on Michigan. Sell me on Michigan. Spenny, you get a turn as well.
Okay.
Sell me on Michigan State. You're going to have to. You have to be a good salesman.
I think
Sell
it's
me-
going to be an easy sell.
Sell me on Michigan State. I just want to go around the landscape of the national. Can you give me one national college football segment? Can you do that?
I could give you more than one, but yes, it's not about me. It's about the
Well, this one will be about me because I like talking the national scene. I do. So just give that to me, everybody. KG's going to spin the block. It's going to be No, there is no. It's too late.
It's too late.
You're in.
Okay, well, it might be a short segment if that's the case, because it's not a ton of meat on the bone, but it's enough to get some shit off.
Perfect. You see, we got you, all you guys. It feels like a holiday vibe already, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah.
It really does. I like it. But jump into that chat. Get your thoughts out there. J. Cruz in 71. Tech 9 greater than recent MGK. Pretty much everybody greater than any era MGK.
Yeah, pretty much. Tech 9 is like.
I don't know. Tech 9 doesn't do pop punk.
I'm about to say, like,
MGK's pop punk is pretty good.
it is.
Yeah.
He should have always been doing that.
Yes.
He's got like the perfect voice for it too.
But then the second he went out of his lane, he got obliterated.
sure,
Yeah.
Yeah,
all things are true in that.
yeah. You got to add the rap career in there.
I'm not really a Tech 9 guy.
There was some. I'm not either, but I mean, there was some. I guess you would say highs in his rap career. I guess.
Wild Boy was fire. Everybody's banging Wild Boy.
Wild
when it
Boy
came
was.
out.
He
Yeah.
came on the scene hot. It
Yeah.
just
That's the only MGK song I know. Like literally,
the trajectory just
Yeah.
wasn't. You know, it started good though. It did.
Mason Leach, I can't wait to hear the Neil Hate Show. Mason Leach, you may be surprised. Make sure you stay with us for the second hour when we talk college football.
All right.
Lions, when we come back, tell them about Guardian.
Absolutely. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people have been proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Michigan. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit, known for the delicious chicken, pizza, and biscuits. If you want to find one near you, go to Sorokis.com. Soroki's. No, that's crispy.
Crispy. Keeping it pushing on Pretty Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for D-Mac the rest of the week. KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Dakota, so many bad takes on the Tigers from his non-existent white lips. Is he talking about me?
Oh, shit. That sounded personal.
Yeah.
Damn.
I missed all that time Dakota was in here saying, no, you wait.
Right. He kept saying he was going to pull up. So, we still ain't seen you, Dakota. Where
we
you
still
at?
haven't seen you.
Where you at? WYA.
No doubt. Also in the Woodward Sports chat thread, let's go Red Wings party. I'm so fired up for football. Michigan State 8-4 floor. Let's go.
Floor?
When we talk, you guys talk so tough. all spring, summer, all of you talk so tough.
I mean, it's part of being a fan, dude.
I hate college football. I hate what's happened to the game. I hate the current status of college football. Look at you all now, foaming at the mouth. DNC ENT drooled on the YouTube channel. I know he did.
Mm-hmm.
I know he did. You guys, they all talk tough, don't they, Flannel?
Yeah, and I'm not. If you have some issues with some things going on in the modern landscape of college football,
at 8 o'clock tonight, you, of all people, the man that hates the existence of Deion Sanders as a coach in college football.
And a player.
not true.
And thinks he's not a Hall of Fame player.
And a father.
Yeah, thinks he's a bad father. Bad with money. All of it. Thinks he should have had more toes amputated. You, who hates Deion Sanders, hates his existence.
He doesn't believe.
Will be locked in.
Of course.
This guy will be locked in.
Yes, I will. And a lot of what you just said was very much untrue. But that's okay.
But the part that was true, you'll be locked in,
Yes.
rooting your ass off for the North Dakota State Bison.
Yeah, I am. I'm not going to lie.
Who, by the way, just so everybody knows, they're not the North Dakota State that you've grown accustomed to. That role is kind of South Dakota State now. That's flipped a little bit.
Yeah.
The Jackrabbits.
Carson Wentz isn't walking through that door.
No, he's not. Nor is Trey Lance.
Easton Stick.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah.
Quarterback factory.
For those of you two in the chat, by the way, before we get into this Lions stuff, that are saying I want top 5 fluids for next week.
Yeah.
No. We are not doing.
Come
that
on,
is
Neil.
where I draw the line.
Come on, Neil.
No.
What the people want.
I don't. Then the people can get their own show.
Neil, think about the ratings.
No.
Come on.
Think about my list.
Yes. Gibraltar Trade Center killed.
That was fun.
How can we follow that up?
Fluids.
Top 5 fluids.
Fluids.
It works. So what? We know what number one is going to be on most people's list.
No.
So what?
It is not
And
needed.
so what? It's mostly P. It's all right.
Is it really?
Yeah.
There's some sickos out there.
Yeah. It's mostly P.
You've done an anatomical breakdown of it before?
I've done the research.
Well, we don't need that.
Hey, it's still great for me.
Oh, I like this one. Let's go Red Wings Party, top 5 bad fathers.
Oh, shit.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, on Wednesday,
Right.
top 5 bad
Bad
fathers.
Here's the big question. Is Marv Marinovich actually a bad father? But Todd did go to the NFL. I'm just saying. The methods might have been a little questionable, but
Sam Flannel, number 1, my
Deion
father.
Sanders. Oh.
My father. He doesn't have Michigan season tickets. I had to marry into the family for
Yeah,
it.
that's facts. Number 2,
Damn.
Deion.
Number 2, Deion Sanders. Number 1, my father. He doesn't have Michigan season tickets. I had to marry into that.
shout out, Dad. If you're watching, not true.
Saga, guys, as someone who only watches NFL, sell me on college football. It's a very simple sell, Saga.
It's NFL Junior.
There are no, but it's financially it's that, but structurally it's still not. And that's why I love it. Saga, I know there's a particular style of football you like other than just the 4-3-3-4 pro style spread offense that they run in the NFL. You got it all in college football. You like run and shoot, all the way from the run and shoot, which Hawaii still runs,
Yep.
to the triple option of the service academy,
Yeah.
and everything in between.
The veer and shoot.
You get to choose what you want.
Right.
The spread read option.
Yes.
5 wide.
The power option.
The power option.
Wing T.
Rich,
the weighty.
Rich
The
Rod-
wishbone.
Hey,
The flex bone.
Rich Rod is back at Jacksonville State, and they're killing it.
Yeah.
And he's running that spread run that he does.
Speed and
Yeah.
space.
Speed and space. All of it.
Yeah.
3-3-5 defense, 4-3s, 3-4s, all of it.
4-2-5.
Whatever you want, you have all that there. You have great fight songs and great bands playing, great tailgates, all of it. All of it is there for you.
No, I would just advise anybody who is not as big of a college football fan to just go to a campus on game day too. Because
Yeah.
Neil, you pretty much nailed it with all of the eccentricities of a college football that's not offered in the NFL, but that game day experience. The fact that a lot of the stadiums are bigger than NFL stadiums. Shout out the Big House as the most famous of them all. It's an experience unlike no other.
Yeah, so it is. But yes, to answer that question, we are not doing top 5 fluids.
Come
Okay,
on.
let's get to the Lions stuff.
Dang
it.
Top 5 bad fathers next week.
I'm with that, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's going to be a good list, Benny.
That should be good.
That's going to be lots of laughs. I already have 3 locked and loaded.
Yeah, I got a couple.
I could do the list now, I think, theoretically.
I know
Like,
who
off the top of
I
my
know
head.
who my number 1 is. And none of you know who he is, probably. Flannel might, but I don't know. Actually, KG might. Flannel probably doesn't.
Oh,
I don't know if he'll be number 1, but I have my number 2. And the reason why is you guys are going to laugh your asses off at it. So
I can't wait, man.
it is. It's going to be good. And I bet he's not on anyone else's list.
I know mine's not going to be on anybody else's list.
All right, speaking of list, the Lions added some receivers to their practice squad list.
Best practice squad in the league.
And that's where we stand right now. Tim Patrick, Allen Robinson, Donovan People-Jones all signed to the Lions practice squad.
Amazing.
Hey, you know what's funny? If this would have been, let's just say 2020. Maybe it's not a perfect correlation because Donovan Peoples-Jones was a rookie, but let's just say all of these guys in whatever prime that they each had. That's a wide receiver core right there. That's an NFL receiver core. Allen Robinson at times was a number 1 receiver in the NFL. 3,000-yard seasons, including a couple with the Bears. We remember them as Lions fans because they occurred during the Matt Patricia era. But no, for real, obviously Allen Robinson is not nearly what he was. Donovan Peoples-Jones had one of the most disappointing preseasons I can remember. And Tim Patrick is coming back from a back-to-back ACL and Achilles in back-to-back seasons. So it's a lottery ticket with either of them. And hopefully one of them emerges eventually on this roster as that big body receiver. I would bet on Tim Patrick personally, but maybe you guys are Allen Robinson people. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
like whatever with it. They are pretty good insurance policies, I guess, if you're down bad or whatever. It goes to tell you again, and you guys heard me say this yesterday, I am big on Khalif Raymond. And everything around it tells me to be so.
Yeah.
they mess with that guy heavy.
Absolutely.
They do.
He's got to have it, too.
He's earned it.
He's got to have it, because if he doesn't play well, he's going to get cut in the offseason. He will be cut. Mark my words. So, for me, I just further dig in my head. This is going to be a Khalif Raymond breakout season. Everyone gets to tell me. So, I guess put me in the camp of Jared Goff, 9,000 yards passing, because I could see a world where Raymond busts 700 yards, 800 yards. I could see it.
That qualifies a breakout season for Khalif Raymond. I'm not going to call for a breakout season from him. I'm calling for exactly what we've gotten from the last three. About 550 to or so yards and quite a few big plays that you're just like, man, Khalif Raymond did that. That's what I expect from him this year, and that's good enough for this offense.
No, it is. And look, like, I like the setup. You know, the guys that they have on the practice squad and stuff like that. You know what it tells me the most, though? For a guy like Allen Robinson, remember we talked about him. He's made, what did we say he made? Like $70 million, something like that? Something like that.
Yeah.
He wants to be here so bad to the point where he was – and I don't know. Maybe I'm uneducated in it. Maybe there were no other offers. However – this dude that's made this kind of money in the league, that at one time was this kind of player, wants to be here. Like, think about that. Yeah. A guy that's made that kind of money is willing to go on a practice squad of a team.
Well, and you can't tell me, and I get it, whether they would have offered to him or not, that's irrelevant to this conversation. You can't tell me that Allen Robinson couldn't make the majority of the rosters just as like a fourth or fifth receiver, like the Carolina Panthers. He could make them. The New York Giants. Those are just a couple that come off of the top of my head. But yeah, Allen Robinson, he wants to be a part of a Super Bowl winning team. I mean, he did his best work with the Blake Bortles-led Jags and the Mitch Trubisky-led Bears. Not exactly
that
Super
poor
Bowl
guy.
I know, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a good thing for him he made 70. He earned every cent of that money.
No, for real. At one point, he was really good, man.
Yeah. So again, I mean, I like the setup going in. I like the vibes. And we're going to get into it, obviously, next week, leading up to the very best Lions pregame show in this city. All week long, we're going to do it. We're going to be getting into it and breaking everything down, breaking all the units down, all of it. So, you know, it is a thing. DNC ENT, Allen Robinson had no choice. He just got cut from the Giants.
That's right.
No, I get that. 100%. I get that. But, you know, he could have gone anywhere, maybe with a better shot, like a better path to go play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe it is one of those things where he just parachutes in a game, you know, has a performance or whatever.
Yeah, if there's an injury, which odds are there probably will be at least one.
No, there will be.
Of course, 100%. And maybe Allen Robinson, he sees himself as, at least on maybe a couple game basis or a game basis, as somebody who provides a particular set of skills that a Lions team might need, that big body X receiver. And I get it. He's fallen off a cliff since 2020, his last really good season with the Bears. But can he muster something valuable for one play or a couple plays of one game? He thinks he can. The Lions obviously see something in him of value, which is why they signed him. So we shall see. But as I said before, if you're looking for somebody out of those three, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Tim Patrick, and Allen Robinson, to make headways on the roster, I would probably place my bets on Tim Patrick.
Damn, dude. He made $95.2 million in his career. Last year alone, he made $15.25 million. Good for you, brother.
Yeah.
You know me, man.
Yeah.
Come loose with that agent number.
Oh, yeah.
Holler at me. You know, so, hey, good for him, man. If you can get it, get it. No, absolutely. But the moral of the story is you can't not like – there's not a person out there, right? Brandon Katz, anybody? Like, there's not a person out there. This is one of those unicorns, I guess. When we talk football, there can be no dissenters, right?
Oh, it's always going to be dissenters.
For Allen Robinson to the practice squad? No, obviously not. Obviously not.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
There'll always be people.
Eric Wall, Joe Jackson, probably my number one bad father.
Joe Jackson's up there for sure.
Yeah.
Detroit supremacy. Yeah. Does Grandpa Joe count?
He's a father to someone.
He was a grandfather.
Yeah.
So therefore, he must be a father.
Yeah, absolutely. Dakota, AJ Hinch is a mad scientist. Watch the show yesterday, Dakota. I went in about that. The fact that he's not even in the discussion for Manager of the Year is laughable.
He will be if they make the playoffs.
Yeah, if they
though.
keep winning,
Yeah.
He says, I'm so happy all the time. I committed to watching the team year-round. I can relate. Paying Bally, the ups, the downs, the media, blenders, go Tigers, eat 'em up, Tigers, bless you, boys. Eat 'em up, Tigers, eat 'em up. No, it does. It's relevant. Got to win again today, though.
Yep.
And then the Red Sox come in, and you go out west. This is the Alamo.
Yeah.
This weekend and next week is the Alamo.
Yes, and for me, they got to win today, and at the absolute minimum, take 2 or 3 from Boston. I don't think 3-1 in their next 4 will torpedo them, but it would really behoove them to continue this throughout their homestand and make it a 10-game winning streak.
Hey, if you want to go on a winning streak, a hair winning streak, you can start at Lady Jane's.
I think I'm on a hair winning streak. Some out there might disagree.
Yeah, it's
but,
your face that's losing.
Well, hey, my wife likes my hair and my face. Come on, only opinion that matters. But you can get yourself to Lady Jane's as well. Either call ahead for an appointment or walk in anytime. You might have to have a little bit of a wait, but the haircut that they will give you, it is full on worth it. They've got the most talented stylist. The ambiance is great. They got sports all over the TVs, and they're open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. Open 7 days a week. It is wicked awesome.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations. They have handcrafted the car buying experience. It's called the Feldman Advantage. What does that mean for you? Well, it's pretty simple. No matter what kind of car you want, certainly if you want a Chevrolet, shout out to everybody at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Go see my guy Ryan Palter in there. Tell him I said hello. Tell him I said he's ineffective at picking football games, but he's very effective at running a great Chevrolet dealership. And it doesn't matter what kind of car you want, Ford, Kia, whatever it is, there's a Feldman Automotive dealership for you. Go to feldmanauto.com, find the kind of car you want, start the buying process, and boom, you are in there. The interest rates are coming down. They've got great rates for you in there, all of it. feldmanauto.com.
He was, Ryan Palter was at the Mark Wahlberg, the Feldman outing.
Yeah.
And he said he's going to be better this year. He swore it. I was like, well, you can't be much worse.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Where's my belt at, too, Ryan?
That's true.
Send that over. But yeah, we're back at it. Neil Rule. Of course, we have Sam Flannel in for DMAC KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump in to there. Steven Syrett brings up a good point. He says panhandlers don't really have personalities anymore.
That is fact.
And you know what, Steve? We were talking about that during the break. They don't. Like, you know, they think a sign is good enough.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah. If you need me to buy into the scam, I need a little more out of you.
That's right. And we got to talking about it. You know, the Eat 'em Up Tigers guy. Everybody messed with that guy.
Rest in peace, man.
Shout out. Yeah, 100%. Shout out. Everybody messed with that
He was a part
guy.
of the Tiger experience going down there. To the
He
games.
was. He was beloved.
Yes.
A guy that I messed with, he wasn't necessarily a panhandler, but Shadow Clan.
Yeah.
The great Detroit-born rapper
Yes,
that would
man.
sell his CDs.
Hey, man. See,
I would buy one every time. Shout out Shadow Clan if you're watching.
hot
Shout out.
fire.
You know, the music was, you know, wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
But I bought the CDs, man.
Hey.
He had personality.
He did.
He'd come and have a discussion with you.
Right.
So that I enjoyed. So shout out to the panhandlers that are out there doing it with personality.
Right.
You know, like the
Everything's digital now. How do you even panhandle in person now? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, since COVID, I don't think that shit is a thing anymore, really.
No. No, it is. Stephen, Shaky Jake in Ann Arbor.
Shaky Jake. The name Shaky Jake alone.
I know. Ryan says everybody liked that guy. No, they did. They did.
What about the wolf guy in Ann Arbor? The werewolf guy.
You tell me. You spend more time in Ann Arbor than I do.
Isn't that a thing?
I am not aware of the werewolf guy.
Yeah.
He wears a werewolf mask and plays the saxophone, I think. I don't know if he plays the saxophone.
Art Vandelay, Can Man at Michigan State.
Yep.
You remember him?
Oh, yeah. I've dropped a lot on him. He loves me. Yeah.
Are you VIP status with Can Man?
Oh, yeah. Can Man's my guy. He would come by my apartment building every Saturday.
Yeah,
Toss him a couple garbage bags full.
Cody Engel says they have QR codes now. Nick Pancone.
They have QR.
Them panhandlers
They
bring
do
their
have QR codes
yeah. Nick Pancone, the panhandlers bring their dogs and kids now. And you know what, Nick?
That's the
You're
worst.
right.
That's the worst.
It is the worst. And Nick, be a man and panhandle on your own. Come up with a
Exactly.
gimmick.
Right.
And provide.
Yeah.
You talking about provide.
Top 5 panhandlers.
No. All right, guys, can we stop with the whatever cool thing we talk about? You guys there's always one that top 5 panhandlers.
Yeah,
top
man.
5 bad fathers. Although the top 5 bad
We're
fathers
actually
work.
using that.
Yeah.
Mason Lee says,
works.
isn't that the Kansas City Chiefs fan? No, there's a guy in Ann Arbor. Somebody said he plays the violin. I forget who said that. But yeah, he wears a werewolf mask and he plays the violin.
I'll have to
Cody
look out
Ingles
for
says-
that because I'm guessing if you do that, he's probably going to be around Michigan Stadium this Saturday, and I will be there. So.
Yeah, Huron Mark M says plays the violin, Wolfman guy.
Okay.
Sam's AA card should be revoked for not knowing him. Damn.
Oh, damn. Well,
I mean, I've seen him there a couple times.
Well, he's probably got he married his wife
Yeah.
just to get season tickets that her father owned. So they probably have high quality seats. They have their own entrance, I'm sure.
not the own entrance, but they are
No?
good seats. They're in the end zone.
Oh,
by the
yeah.
end zone, so
They are, but they are good seats. Well, we
good
knew
seats.
that. We knew that. Woodward Sports chat thread, Cody Engel, boo them panhandler kids. You're right. We got to be consistent.
Yeah.
Next time I'm by there, boo.
Boo! Honestly, there's a family that pisses me off. They really do.
Uh-oh.
They're
Talk about
they're
it.
right off of the 696 on Hoover, across from the Burger King, and they sit there and they got their luxury chairs. Their kids are on iPads. They're asking us for money, and they leave all their trash there. I come by the next day. There's trash all over the place.
And you know it's their trash.
Yeah, it's their it's like body armors and Burger King shit. I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that pisses me off.
Spenny, I know exactly what you're talking about because my mom lives in Warren, so I've took that exit a couple of times.
Yeah.
That's, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Let's go Red Wings party. I have to make up new excuses now because they take Venmo and all major credit cards.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't have any cash on me.
Yeah.
I just say I don't like you.
Those were the glory days, man, when you could just blame it on you. I didn't have any cash.
Yep.
That little sweet spot between the full integration of digital payment and the cash disappearing from society. Those were great days.
Yeah.
Great days.
You could get out of anything.
Right. Hey, bro, sorry. I ain't got nothing on me.
No, absolutely. But yeah, no, we are going to get into the college football stuff as well. And earlier, DNC ENT, he said, you knew these MFers, once they kicked the ball, would be back. And I do want to take this couple minutes before we get into the Michigan State, the national college football stuff. I do want to take this couple minutes for me to tell you, you guys are soft. Every single one of you. The NIL's ruining it. The players are doing it for the money. All these streaming services I'm not going to subscribe to. Liars. All of you. You're all going to be locked in. These networks know what they're doing. And if you're not going to be watching Coach Prime in North Dakota State, you are going to be watching Minnesota and UNC tonight.
Yeah.
A game you would never watch in your life. No one here, no one watching, no one anywhere, not even people in North Carolina or Minnesota would watch Minnesota, North Carolina on a Saturday.
Absolutely.
No chance. But tonight,
It's on Thursday.
there's two camps. There's the hate watch Coach Prime.
Hate.
This guy is in that contingent. And if you hate him to the point, and for the guys that are such Silky Johnsons that can't even stand the sight of him, then you will watch North Carolina and Minnesota, which Jason Benetti will be on the call for tonight, I'm sure. Yeah. So there's two camps. You guys lied to me, and that's fine. I can take it because I know it didn't come from a place of malice in your heart. You lied to me. That's cool. But damn it, you lied to yourself.
Right.
You said you were out, Flannel.
I didn't say I was out, but some people did. I see what you're doing there. But no, like the reality is about college football, and this is just my opinion. I'm not saying it's everybody's opinion, but to me, it's the greatest game, it's the greatest sport on the planet. Are there some things that are going to make it a little bit different moving forward? Absolutely. I mean, Dylan Gabriel and Will Howard are in the Big Ten for crying out loud. But when you watch the game on Saturday, if you're me, when you go to the big house and you see the game on the field, it all looks the same as it always has. And that's what's so beautiful about it. The tradition, the stadiums, the jerseys.
The streaming networks, the name, image, and likeness, the QR codes on the jerseys.
Well, you deal with that, though. If you really love the game and you have some issues with that, you just deal with it. I'm looking at the graphic right now. North Dakota State, Colorado tonight. Saturday at noon, Clemson, Georgia. Ooh. Saturday at 3:30, the U and the Florida Gators. Saturday night, Notre Dame, Texas A&M. Yep. Sunday night, USC, LSU. You ain't going nowhere. Oh, yeah. None of you are. You all talk tough, and I'm laughing in your face right now. As a man, I'm laughing at you guys because I knew. I love college football.
They strung out.
It's my favorite show to watch. College football. I'll watch any game. I'll watch Tuesday Maction, anything. I watch whatever college games on Thursday night on ESPN instead of Thursday night football when they force feed you weak-minded people, the Jaguars and the Panthers. But you guys are just, I got to watch the Jaguars and the Panthers. Right. I have Trevor Lawrence on my fantasy team. I'm in 9th place for some strange reason, but I got Lawrence. I got T-Law on my fantasy team. This is the year he does it. And you all watch it in their color rush jerseys. And there's old Neil Rule over there. He's watching Thursday night college football like he always is. North Carolina and Virginia Tech, and I love it. Hey. You guys are liars, and you're soft ass people.
I agree with most of that, but you are kind of a sicko if you're watching North Carolina, Virginia Tech over some NFL Thursday games.
The Inner Sandman, the Mac Brown coaching.
Yeah, Mac Brown's the man.
Throwing the ball around 600 times with a mid quarterback and an awful defense. Yeah. Come on, Flannel.
Doesn't get better than that.
It depends on the Thursday night NFL game, but yeah, no. If there's nothing else on,
when Thursday night NFL is fucking.
It's been bad for
Carolina, Jacksonville.
Yeah, Panthers,
it's
Jacksonville.
Been bad
and you're trying to sell me that Jacksonville's a good team.
No, Trevor Lawrence stinks.
They might be a good team.
Trevor Lawrence stinks.
That
you know what doesn't stink?
Been horrible.
What doesn't stink? Premier Pet Supply. They're the best in the game. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices at all the conveniences, the online and big box retailers. With one major difference, they are family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. Boo them kids. Shop.woodwardsports.com. We're almost there, everybody. It's almost Sunday Night Football. It's almost time to boo them kids.
We will baptize the children in booze.
We absolutely will. Let the boy watch. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com and boo them kids.
My son Elijah walked into the room and my wife said, "No, Elijah, get out of here." And I said, "No. He needs to learn
the way I learned from my father.
And my father learned from his father."
Let the boy watch.
The boy watch. Man.
Oh, my God. That's Slinky Blade, right?
No, it's Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of the great,
good old Kenny
one of
Powers.
the more underrated TV.
Very underrated TV show.
It was great.
No, Kenny Powers.
It was a lot better than some of the bullshit you guys claim is great.
Hey, relax. Watch The Boys.
I haven't. No.
Don't watch it.
I'm talking about like Parks and Rec.
Yeah, it's better than Parks and Rec for sure.
Thank you.
Yes. I like Parks and Rec, but
not even close.
Eastbound and Down is better than Parks and Rec.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Eastbound and Down's better.
No, it's not.
Yes,
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No.
All right, this is a different time. Save this for the summer.
That's a niche crowd.
Always Sunny is the GOAT.
Hey, college football is not a niche crowd.
Always Sunny is Seinfeld for people who do drugs.
Ryan says, "I'm so bricked for college football." All right, I wanted you to sell me Michigan this year. And I had this lined up, and it was going to be great. And I have a get right for the people.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
I do. But as I said, Dakota, Neil is so stoked, LMAO. I am. I love college football. But as I've said many times, Flannel, the chat is a vital part of this show. And I believe we are a vital show for this chat. We give the chat a voice that I believe no other show in Detroit sports does. No other show. Not anyone else at the network, not anyone over at the flagship station, nowhere else. I will let the chat program the show. I had this lined up, and it was supposed to be good. And this is going to take everything I wanted to do and flush it down the toilet. I was going to reestablish myself as a part of the Michigan community.
Were you?
It was going to blow people's mind. But then Hoof-Hearted had to pipe in and say this. And by the way, Hoof-Hearted, valuable member of this community.
Absolutely.
So please remember, you are respected in this community.
You are.
You are. However, when you dump I've watched every Michigan football game for years. Not this year. I don't really care. They won the NCAA championship. I don't care who wins the first NC double paid football championship.
Oh,
Double
Jesus.
paid. That's interesting.
All right.
So Hoof-Hearted, this is my thing with the Michigan fan base.
Jesus Christ.
Why we got to be tied? That's
now we're the same.
That is a NCAA statement. That has nothing to do with us.
Say what you got to say.
I'm out. We won the championship. I don't care. This is when the legacy building begins.
Oh, my God. Here you go.
Does it?
Here you go
What?
with the Michigan-Auburn compare. Go ahead, man. Get your shit
KG,
off. Get your shit off,
This
man.
is part of the progression.
Just get your shit off, please.
This is why it's different in the SEC. This is why it's different. I'm not watching anymore. We won the championship last year. I'm good. Explain the mentality to me, Flannel. Explain
Well, it certainly makes things a lot easier moving forward. It makes a lot less pressure because getting to that first one, and I get it. I didn't play the game. I'm making it sound like I played the game, but that's something.
Time to play the game.
That's something that us Michigan fans were dying for a long time. We went through the TCU heartbreak of a year before, and then the year before in the college football playoff when they were just happy to be there against Georgia, and they were just.
Is it good enough for you, Flannel?
To win one?
Is it good enough?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's good enough, but there's not a lot of pressure on this team this year, at least in my opinion.
Thank you.
They don't have to repeat this year. I mean, nobody thinks that they will, but
I'm not saying they have to repeat this year, but I'm saying you do have to make this a semi-regular occurrence to be viewed in the same breath.
Agreed.
As all of these other teams. I mean, are they even Florida? Like when you go across the span of the last 2 decades, are they even Florida?
Well, no, but Florida also, they've been nothing for a really long time now.
Well, you guys went through that stretch too.
I don't know about that because Michigan would at least pop off with like multiple 10-win seasons. Florida lately has
You
been,
missed your bowl games and stuff like that too.
Of course, in the Rich
Like
Rod
I know
era.
that's been bleached from everybody's memory, but that wasn't that long ago.
No, Rich Rod in the last year of Hoke. I mean, the first couple years of Rich Rod, the last year of Hoke, they didn't make a bowl game. I remember those years. I was there. Those were some prime fan years for Old Flannel Sam, and I was a miserable SOB to everyone I loved. I'm sure I alienated some people. Yes, I remember.
But this is what I struggle to understand. That comment right there.
That doesn't
if I'm a
stand for all
Michigan
of us.
fan, this is only the beginning to me.
No, but
this is only the beginning. To be the blue blood program, to be the leaders and best, the best college football program of all time. Do you understand what that takes?
But nobody says that. You do what you always do. You pick apart one comment by Hoof-Hearted, who's in the minority, by the way.
I've watched every game
like that.
for years. Not this year. I don't care. They won the last NCAA championship.
That's him and his fandom.
But I also think that has something to do with he doesn't like the landscape of where it's going.
Exactly.
Too, because he said NC double paid. That was obviously a shot at
but
like
I think
NIL and
too.
stuff.
I think too. We can say to Hoof-Hearted, Saturday at 7:30.
Of course he's
you'll
gonna,
be back.
Of course.
You'll be back.
Of course. But you can't keep copy and pasting this to all of the fan base. That is not everyone.
Well, there's more out there than you claim there
I
not to be.
understand, but that's their fandom. Everybody can express their fandom how they see fit. If that's what he wants to do, that's on him. Of course he'll probably be back. But don't do that.
Don't do what? And every time I have a different person that's saying it. These are the people that are among us, man.
This is the groundwork.
These are the people that watch the show.
All that. And like I said before, you're not wrong. But we're not going to be Auburn in a 2-year stretch, man. You gotta let this thing play out.
And for the record, I think the whole Auburn thing, I've thought that was a bogus comparison from the beginning because they won one. They did with Cam Newton as their quarterback. That was a flash in the pan, maybe greatest quarterback season in college football history. They came back and got to another one with 2 of the flukiest games you've ever seen. They're literally titled The Prayer at Jordan Hare and then the Kick Six.
Kick Six was
the
awesome.
Kick Six
Other
was
than
crazy.
that, over the past, however, 15 years, they're a 4-loss program minimum every single year. The last 3 years, they've had losing records. With Michigan, I understand that they only cashed in 1 national championship, but I'm damn proud of the run that they went on.
Yeah.
The barriers that they had to break through, the beating Ohio State for the first time in 10 years, the winning the first Big Ten championship in like over 15 years, and then the next season winning in Columbus for the first time since 2000, but failing in the playoffs again, and then finally getting it done in this past season. Over the past 3 years, they're 40-3.
Yeah.
Auburn's were a little bit more, you pop up, you win one, you go 8-5, you go 3-9,
Right.
and then you pop up and you go to another one and have been nothing since.
Yeah.
Peyton Thorne's been their quarterback, for crying out loud. They've had 3.
What a bum!
Even during the tough Jim Harbaugh years, we were still putting up 10 wins a season. Yes, we weren't winning the Big Ten, but everything else was covered. So I don't think it's going to be a drastic fall off. To his point, we're not going to go 6 wins.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that either. I didn't say that either. My thing about that was and again, this goes back to where, and it's true. I expect more out of the program than you do.
See,
that's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Here's my issue, Neil. You called us basically a loser fan base because we celebrated beating Ohio State. We celebrated Big Ten championships, but didn't seem to care what they did in the college football playoff. You can't then shift the goalpost to you're a loser fan base.
This is the progression of how it works, Flannel, to be the best, which you proclaim to be,
I've
right?
never said that they're Alabama or Georgia.
College
Come
football's
on.
winningest program. Leaders
the
and
truth.
best.
KG,
do we get to go back
no,
again?
KG, stop.
Do we
Don't
get
do
to
that.
go back again?
Oh
What
my
was your
God.
favorite victory over Chicago Dental School?
It don't
1905.
matter.
No, it does, because that's what it is.
Are the wins in the book? Yes or no? I don't care who it's against.
Yeah, and
are the wins in the book?
Are the national championships in the book since you took trains to games?
Yep. Who cares, man? The record is the record.
No, my point
The
is
record is
see,
the record.
And
I'm not
he
even
believes
trying to-
that.
I'm
no,
not even.
Spenny, he believes that.
Who cares? Will Chamberlain balled against fucking white men that were liquor store owners. He still is respected in the NBA.
Hey, they had to push the product. You know, hey, man.
Who the fuck cares? Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? And I'm not even trying to branch it off into that. But to say that we don't expect, you expect more than we do, like that's blasphemous.
No, but you can't. Here's my point. You can't then basically call us a loser fan base for celebrating.
You're a loser if you say they won the championship. That's good enough for me.
No, but you can't then just be like, you celebrated, check notes, a national championship, and we're still a loser fan base for that?
If you
for not wanting a fucking dynasty, demanding it, or else it's a failure?
Like,
get out of here, man. Get out of here with that.
Okay, then you're not in those waters.
We're not. I never said that we were.
So how do you get to those waters?
By winning more national championships.
So you agree?
So we're a failure if we're not Alabama or Georgia?
No.
What?
You literally just agreed with what I said.
In the Big Ten.
You literally just agreed with what I said.
But I contextualize it differently. Obviously.
No. You literally just agreed with what I said.
Because I don't need them to be Alabama or Georgia. Do you expect the Lions, if they win a Super Bowl, to be the Patriots or the Steelers, or it's a failure? Come on. It's a championship. A championship.
But I never proclaimed them to be the best ever, when quite the opposite, they're the worst franchise ever.
Why do you put everything Michigan fans say on just me and KG?
Because you're the ones in the room.
He hates the fan base.
You do hate the fan base, and you will never admit it. You hate the fan base.
I hate the fan base.
Fair.
But you have a reason.
Yeah.
You have a reason.
I mean,
he doesn't.
I think everybody has a reason.
Mr. Oakland over there do not have a reason. Oh, I was right. But if they had lost to Alabama, you would have came your ass in here and went crazy on Michigan. Oh, I was right.
John Fisher. Neil is the king of the straw man argument, with is essentially always the losing position. That's funny, John. Hoof Hearted's not a plant.
He's one person, dude.
Yes.
I can only go by what's in the room with me. That's all I can go by.
Come on.
I'm not out here on the streets. And Flannel, again, like, you just agreed with me.
What?
You just agreed to get to there, to get to that level. You're moving the goalpost. That's how this works. That's how you get to be Alabama and Georgia and Florida during their run.
Okay, but
that's how it works.
But excuse me if I'm not going to, cry over spoiled milk if they don't win like 3 national championships and they only win 1.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay. So if you're essentially Auburn, that's good enough for you.
But we're not Auburn. I told you that Auburn, besides that national championship that they went to and then the one where they lost, they're damn near.
You mean the national championship they won and the national championship game that they lost?
And you can't even say that shit.
But other than that, over the past 15 years, they're essentially a slightly above 500 program.
Yeah.
They've been a losing team for the past 3 years.
Right. The same period that you had during their run.
But the years leading up to the national championship for Michigan, it was a steady progression. 40-3 over the past 3 years with the Natty is the definition of greatness.
And Auburn never recovered. Like, Michigan got back on the horse. So I'm just saying, like.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's what it takes. So, all right, this Michigan team, this year,
yes,
we're gonna have the discussion. Yep. I got something for you guys.
You're not gonna be sold regardless, but we'll try.
I have my reasons of why I think what it is. I have my reasons. Okay. I do, for sure.
We'll talk it out.
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna get killed on it anyway, so I don't care.
Yeah, just like you'll kill us. Everybody kill everybody.
Hey man, 1 o'clock comes.
Who farted comments applies to all of
every single day. Every single day. Mr. Act Like It. Neil makes my head hurt. He's a Sparty fan who knows nothing about real success. Well, that's false. Can we dismiss that?
He's not a Sparty fan.
Not a Spartan fan.
So he projects on the Wolverine fans. BS logic. Okay. He agrees with me.
He did agree with you.
Did he agree with me?
He did.
Okay.
There's a lot more to that.
There is
You
nuance.
can go back and watch.
Burn. Normally I don't defend Michigan, but last year's Natty legitimized the pre-World War I championship because Alabama brags about their Great Depression championships. Well, I mean, if you want to do that full circle, then what about the chips that Michigan State won in the 60s? No one ever talks about those.
It's true.
But they there.
Ever.
No, and
they were a dominant force in the 60s.
That's fair.
The dominant force.
But integrated our team before anybody else and beat the shit out of Notre Dame.
But you can't erase it. It's there. So
100%.
There it is. So don't be mad when Michigan is the most winning program. The wins are the wins, bro. I don't care who it's against.
Chicago Dental School.
Hey, beat us. Why
They were dentists.
Who cares?
See, that's my Spenny. That's my problem right there. They were dentists.
If it's a dentist school, then why the hell you on the football field?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get your teeth kicked in.
They know how to. They know how to fix them.
I don't give a fuck about no teeth.
KG, they know how to fix them after it's over.
Is that right? Yeah.
Hey, Planet Fitness, everybody. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. You
Let
guys
us
know
show
what it is. Over 50 Metro Detroit locations, over 2,600 worldwide. Some of them in the same plaza as a dentist, I'm sure. But Planet Fitness is the GOAT gym. I'll never be a member at a different gym. Black card option, $24.99 a month. Boom, you basically own Planet Fitness. You walk in the door, you do whatever you want within reason. All the use of the massage chairs, the tanning beds, anything you want is available to you at Planet Fitness. Make it a part of the routine, and you can because there's a Planet Fitness close to you. Pull in the parking lot on the way home. Today's the day. Pull in the parking lot on the way home. Sign up at Planet Fitness. Go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Would you like $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot this image with the QR code and bring it into any Dispo location, and you'll get a free $10 to spend in store with a minimum purchase of $25. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or disposhops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for DMAC KG, Spencer Raxter, our number 2 of the show. Happy to have you with us, Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe, jump into there. Talking some college football, talking Michigan, Michigan State. Going to talk a little Big Ten, national college football as well. Thursday night is here. I guess it starts for real, even though I say week 0 is the real start because that's when they play games. But, you know, whatever. So just sitting here chopping it up. Cody Engel says, isn't that how a raised expectation works? I don't know. But anyway, Max Mayer, can we do different college football talk? This is always the same-ish for real. Well, your fans create it. I don't create it. But no, we are getting into it right now. All right, Michigan. Sell me on Michigan, Flannel, because we know what the questions are, right? You technically don't know who the quarterback is right now. I forget what the exact number was. I do have it right here in front of me. They were a veteran team last year. They were number 7 in NCAA college football and experience last year. They're down to number 117 with just 7 returning starters. Sell me on it.
All right. The easiest start to the selling point is that they're probably going to have the best defense in the country, and that's going to keep them in every single game that they're in. That's what's going to be the key to in games like the Oregon game and the Ohio State game in particular to hopefully keep the scoring down for Oregon and Ohio State. And also the key to this defense with the Michigan Wolverines. And I think they're going to have this advantage every single game, and it's a very important advantage. Michigan has the type of defensive tackle duo that every school dreams about. They're the type of defensive tackle duo in a Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant that if Michigan has this magical run where they go for a repeat is going to be on Sports Illustrated someday, even later on into the season, because they're that good. And teams like Texas, teams like Oregon, and teams like Ohio State, they do not have the interior offensive line in order to block those guys. So that means quarterbacks like Dylan Gabriel and Quinn Ewers and Will Howard will be feeling the heat up the middle, and some of the great running backs that those teams have, like a Quidshawn Junkins and Travion Henderson, are going to have some trouble getting going. They also have Will Johnson manning the secondary. Nobody is going to throw on that man this year. You saw what happened when Ohio State did it at the beginning of the game, and Will Johnson got the interception that led to the first score of the game. You saw what happened in the national championship game during Washington's first possession out of the half when Michael Penix threw one to Will Johnson as well. And they also added a transfer linebacker in Jayshon Barham, who is getting comparisons to a bigger Devin Bush, which I would certainly love if I were being a Michigan fan. The question is the offense, and whether or not the offense has enough to sustain them, if they're going to score enough. However, they do have one of the most talented offensive players in the country in Colston Loveland, who I think will be the perfect safety net for whoever quarterback it is, whether it's Alex Orji, whether it's Davis Warren. They have that superstar, in my opinion, college superstar tight end to throw the ball to. Donovan Edwards is certainly looking for a bounce back. And if you want a little bit of hope about this offensive line, I know they lost every single starter. I know that they did. But Giovanni El Hadi, he's just been waiting in the wings while Zach Zinter and Trevor Keegan are there. He's never going to play over them, but he has started games in Michigan, both in 2023 and 2022. Miles Hinton, he was the starting tackle at the beginning of last year. He just lost his job. Josh Preby, he started 3 years at Northwestern. The question is their center and their other guard their center and their other tackle who have basically been Michigan backups for a couple of years. If the defense is gonna show out, if this offensive line can be an approximation, not even an approximation, can at least be competent, if Colston Loveland can have a dominant season, if guys like Samaj Morgan and Tyler Morris can step up into wide receiver 1 and 2 roles, which they have showed some stuff the last couple of years, Michigan at least will be good enough to, at minimum, go 9-3. 10-2, and 9-3 or 10-2 will probably get you in. 10-2 definitely. And once you get to the playoffs, all bets are off. The only teams in the country to me that have the interior offensive line to combat a Mason Graham or Kenneth Grant are Alabama, who I don't think will be there, and Georgia, who I'm just going to say Michigan can't beat.
Yeah.
So that's my selling point, and hopefully some of your hearts and minds have been changed if you were doubting Michigan.
I just want to add real quick, the Sharon Moore factor. I feel like, this offense will be a little more expanded than what we saw from Jim Harbaugh in all those years he was here. Of course, they're still going to run the ball a lot, but it won't just be pro-style offense.
Well, it has to. It can't, given the challenges on the offense, it can't. You have to. I don't want to say gimmick it up,
but it's different.
Gimmick it up to some degree.
JJ was mobile, but Alex Orji is a way more mobile quarterback than what JJ was. When your best players are running back and tight end, then I just feel like you have to expand, do more option type stuff. I just think the offense will look a little better. And then if we want to use the argument for J-Mo, as far as like, in the NFC Championship game, he kind of proved that he will be there. You got to do the same thing with Donovan Edwards. I know his season along the way, he had some bumps along the way. He wasn't, the main running back in that role. But what he showed me in that national championship game, the ability is there. So
the talent's there.
Yeah.
No, and you guys know that. Like I know what I see when I see him play. But it always lends me back to, then what's the problem? Then what's the problem? Why did you have 500 yards rushing last year?
I think,
what is the problem?
Well, I kind of told you like what I saw when I saw him, which he didn't look like the same running back. I think the problem is that when you're behind Blake Corum, when Blake Corum is getting the job done and Donovan Edwards is not, he just fell out of favor with the coaching staff. When you've got a Blake Corum who just absolutely eats in short yardage situations, he had 27 touchdowns. Why would you put Donovan Edwards out there? And Donovan Edwards just continued to not produce. This year, he has no choice. Khalil Mullings is not a competition for Donovan Edwards at running back 1. He's the complement. I think he's going to be a good complement, but this team, especially with question marks at the quarterback, is going to go as far as Donovan Edwards takes him. And I think that he's due for a bounce back year. And oh, by the way, just one more point on Donovan Edwards. He has shown a propensity both 2022 and 2023. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's going to be another safety blanket for Aiden Childs or Davis Warren. When you got Colston Loveland as your tight end and Donovan Edwards catching balls out of the backfield, that's not a bad starting point to help insulate your quarterback.
Did you hear that, Spenny? That slip right there? Talked about Aiden Childs.
What'd I say?
Yeah.
Donovan Edwards would catch passes from Aiden Childs.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
is does he know something we don't? Is he transferring, Spenny?
Not a chance.
Oh, did I say Alex? Did I say Aiden Childs?
Yeah, you did. It's
Alex
fine.
Orgy.
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
I know what you meant. Detroit supremacy. Orgy can't throw a football accurately past 2 yards.
We don't know.
We don't know. We have no idea. He's a complete unknown. All we know is that there's going to be a lot of orgies in the end zone.
Right.
Because he is going to be the short yardage back as their quarterback.
Don't be surprised if his arm is better than what you think, though. Not saying it's going to be great, but
his arm's great.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to see if he can complete the 3rd and 7 slant. That's what I want to see.
Zenock says Edwards will be the best running back in the country.
I wouldn't go that far. I think that
he'll be up there, though.
I think Quinshon Junkins at Ohio State and Ollie Gordon might have something to say about that.
He's going to be seeing a lot of 10-man boxes.
A lot.
That's fine. Get torched by Colston and Samaj Morgan.
Oh yeah,
cool with that.
Yeah. Colston's a problem.
You can get torched, but can Orgy get him the ball, man? Like that's the question.
We gonna see.
We gonna see. Absolutely.
But like I said, don't be surprised if his arm is better than what y'all think.
I have a get right, by the way, and it's almost too good to be true. Like for real, it's almost too good to be true. And I'll lean on. I looked a couple days ago. I haven't looked within the last couple minutes, but I looked a couple of days ago, and I saw Michigan is plus money to make the playoff. Plus money. And here's my takeaway from it. It's work to perfection, right? The schedule talk.
Yeah.
You know how I said this year they've already put the groundwork in place. They're already talking about it. The losses don't matter as much as playing it does. Because that's the narrative that's going to keep the Missouris out, the Iowas out, that's going to let the Michigans in, the Penn States in to some degree. It's going to be this. If you take away the Texas, the Oregon, and somebody said, Greg Round said it too, and I agree with you 100%. He said, what's Oregon done? Greg, I don't know either. Like this Oregon love fest that everybody has every single year.
No, seriously, why does it smell like caca and wee-whiz in here?
I don't get, Greg, I don't get it either. Like Oregon's this great big world beater. That's funny. They got their dicks kicked in by Washington twice.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And I was told how great Oregon's back, and here we go. And yet every time I see them in a big game, they're like a West Coast Penn State. Every single time.
Damn.
So I'm with you, Greg, 1,000,000%. The Oregon thing I'll never understand, just like I'll never understand the Penn State thing.
Yeah.
But I guess if you hype them both up, they play each other this year, right, or no?
I think so. Don't quote me on that.
Do they or no? Like, I can't remember. Penn State, I think, doesn't play anybody.
I don't think
no,
Penn
they
State,
don't
Penn
play
State
each
doesn't
other.
Play Oregon. Penn State has a very weak schedule.
Yes, they do. They play Ohio State at home, and that's it. But if with the Michigan thing here, if you take Texas off the schedule, Oregon off the schedule, and Ohio State off the schedule, You take them off the schedule. They got Fresno State, Arkansas State, USC, Minnesota, Washington, Illinois, Michigan State, Indiana, Northwestern. There is no way. I don't care if Orji can only throw the ball 2 yards or not. There is no way they're losing one of those games.
Mm-hmm.
You got the best defense in the nation, right? That's
Yes,
what I was
sir.
told. You got the
Yes,
top
sir.
2 picks in the draft on that defense, right?
Yep.
There is no way they lose any of those games. For Michigan to be plus 120 to make the playoff is absurd to me. That's absurd.
I think people, and I know you disagree, I think people think they need 10 wins.
Yeah.
Well,
they're going to win one of those 3 games. It'll probably be Oregon.
I agree, too.
I think it'll be Texas.
Mighty Oregon.
I think it'll be Texas.
No.
But anyway, they get those at home, except for the Ohio State game.
Yep.
So they're going to win one of those. There's no doubt in my mind they'll win one. If you have the best defense in the nation,
Yeah, exactly.
and you're playing them at home, you're going to win one of those games. There is no universe where Michigan doesn't make this playoff. No universe. Plus 120 is a gift. That's a get right.
All right.
I don't even need the plus money.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you as a 1 unit. Straight up, that's a get right.
All right.
Okay. I mean,
It's an absolute. I don't see how this doesn't win.
Yeah.
I hope you're right, because I would love to see Michigan look for a chance to defend their title. And I personally believe that I've changed my stance a little bit. I think there's one team in the country that they absolutely 100% cannot beat, and that's Georgia. Everybody else,
It's fair game.
it's fair game.
Even Ohio State, fair game.
Absolutely.
And at a worst case scenario, they're the first 9-3 team that gets in.
Yeah.
First, because they played those games.
Good losses. That's a new thing in this 12-team playoff.
Right.
Good losses.
Well, it's a new thing because that's the narrative that's already being pushed. It's already being pushed. It's about playing the games. You don't even have to win them anymore.
It's time to play the game.
Which that'll keep the Missouris and all those types of people out. Swiss Insurance, they should be in.
Oh, absolutely. Swiss Insurance is always in. And now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today at 313-530-1698 or go to their website at swissins.com.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sam Flannel, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. We're chopping it up about college football. Zach Soap saying, is Neil saying they're in or out? There's no way they're not in the college football playoff. If you have the #1 defense in the nation in the first 2 NFL draft picks, which I was told you do, and you don't have to beat anybody other than USC to get there, you're in.
USC doesn't want a part of Michigan problems. I'll just say that. Lincoln Riley, good luck.
Good luck.
And it's plus money.
Orji gonna look like a Heisman candidate.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, there's got to be something. It can't be this easy. It can't be. Plus money to make the playoffs. It can't be this easy.
Maybe they don't believe.
But it is.
Maybe they don't believe in Michigan's quarterback situation, which, to be honest, I don't blame you.
Yeah, or offensive line. Yeah.
Yeah, or Donovan Edwards, or their wide receivers. There's a lot of questions with Michigan. It's just their defense will carry them through.
Yep.
Spenny,
Yes.
you with us?
Oh, yeah.
Show turn.
Sell me Michigan State.
All right, I'm going to sell you Michigan State. And the first thing I'm going to do is, unlike a sleazy car salesman, I'm going to put my bad stuff out there first.
Oh, okay.
And the bad stuff out there first, obviously, is the defense with Michigan State. We don't know what it's going to look like. You got a bunch of transfers in there, but the core and the heart of this defense, the thing that's actually going to be what is relied on the most, is the linebacking core. The linebacking core of Michigan State's defense is actually pretty damn good. You look at Wayne Matthews, he's a transfer from Old Dominion who had a 135 tackle season last year. You look at Jordan Turner, he is an athletic transfer from Wisconsin who's going to be flying around on the outside. And then as backups, you've got guys like Eric Snow and Cal Halliday who have been players in this Big Ten for this Michigan State defense for a couple of years now that are damn good. And the guy I think that is going to break out in that Michigan State linebacking core is outside linebacker Jordan Hall. He was one of the most athletic, best players on this defense last year. He really showed it towards the end of the year when Scotty Hazelton got his head out of his ass and actually made the defense look somewhat respectable, except for the secondary. Jordan Hall was playing a big role in that. So the linebacking core is what is going to have this Michigan State defense looking alive this year. But the biggest thing is the 3 transfers on this defense. Ed Woods being that cornerback transfer from Arizona State, and I already mentioned Wayne Matthews and Jordan Turner. If those guys can be what we expect them to be, I'm not going to say this defense is going to be good, because it's not going to be good, but it can be respectable compared to what it was last year. It's not going to be the worst defense in college football like it was last year. So if Ed Woods can be that guy, I have full faith in the linebacking core. They got a couple transfers on the defensive line that have shown that they can be big bodies and stop in the run game. I expect them to be respectable as a defense. Not good, not lights out, but respectable. The offense, on the other hand, I have a lot of faith in this offense and what it's going to look like. You have one of the best running back duos in the Big Ten, one of the best running back duos in the country in Nate Carter and K'Ron Lynch-Adams. K'Ron Lynch-Adams is a transfer from UMass who ran for over 1,200 yards last year and had a bunch of touchdowns. We know Nate Carter is a load when he gets in there. He's hard to take down. He is a tough runner in between the tackles. That two-headed running back duo is going to be the saving grace of this offense if Aiden Childs isn't what we expect him to be. But I fully expect Aiden Childs to be what we expect him to be, because it wasn't just Aiden Childs that came over here with Jonathan Smith. They brought his center as well in Tanner Miller. They brought his number 1 target in his tight end as well in Jack Velling, who had 8 touchdowns last year. Like, this is the best case scenario for a quarterback who hasn't started games in college football to walk into. You've got a center you're familiar with, you've got a tight end security blanket you're familiar with, and you've got 2 running backs who have proven to do it in the NCAA. On top of that, the wide receiver core of guys like Montori Foster and Antonio Gates Jr. taking step forwards, as well as Nick Marsh, the freshman 4-star coming in that Aiden Childs already has a great rapport with, that we've been seeing it in spring and all of that stuff. I think there are a lot of weapons on this offense. This offense is going to look it's going to be a breath of fresh air for Michigan State fans, because Jay Johnson is fucking gone. The Antichrist is no longer in Michigan State. Jay Johnson is my most hated sporting figure in the history of football, in the history of sports. Damn. I put him up there with Claude Lemieux, Adolf Hitler, and Saddam Hussein. Like, Jay Johnson was a terrorist. He had Keon Coleman and Jaden Reed and didn't do jack shit. I hate Jay Johnson. I wish him nothing but torment and failure for the rest of his life. This offense, just alone, even if they had everybody they had last year, but Jay Johnson was gone, would be a touchdown better offense. But now you have actual weapons. You have a guy who is poised to be the best quarterback at Michigan State since Connor Cook. Could even be better than Connor Cook based on what he can do with his legs and his arm. I am fully in on this Michigan State offense because of the transfers they brought in and because of the growth we've seen out of the receivers, even in that shit Jay Johnson offense. Montorie Foster stepped up big. I expect him to do it again this year. I expect Antonio Gates Jr. to take a step in his next year, and Nick Marsh is going to be a problem.
Okay.
But it's the running backs and the tight ends that are going to be the home for Aiden Childs. You've got good weapons on the outside, but having that twin-headed monster in the backfield and having a tight end who's done it before, who is a red zone threat, who he's already played with and is comfortable with are extremely important factors.
Mike G, some reaction to Spenny's delivery. Mike G, Spenny trying to get through this like he's sleeping with a fat chick.
Hey, I'm ready for their offense, Mike G. Don't be mad if we have a better offense than you do this year. Or a faction.
Let's slow down there. So, wait, are they...
Spenny, you took the longest route ever to get back to basics, man. Just to get that Jay Johnson. You couldn't wait.
I hate Jay Johnson.
So, do you think they're better than the 6 wins that most people are projecting?
Yes.
You know, Spenny, you get the people hype. You do. For me, when I look at it, it just, with Michigan State this year, it all rides on Aiden Childs. I'm talking about everything from the head coach on down. This is the guy. This is the guy that you paid. This is a guy that you brought in here.
This ain't Noah Kim no more.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You are in bed with this guy.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. And, there's not a lot of resume, certainly. However, he is well respected. It's just it all falls on him. This whole operation, a program is on this guy's back.
You know what's another thing that makes me even more confident about that? You know that guy in week 0 that looked like dog shit, that lost to Georgia Tech on that Florida State team, DJ Ukulele.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan Smith had him looking damn good last year. Jonathan Smith had him in this offense with Jack Velling and that center looking damn good last year.
I can say this, that my vision is clouded.
He's a shit pile.
Yeah, my vision is clouded. I can't see good in him. I can't. I'm not capable of it. Maybe I'm not refined enough.
Right.
Maybe I'm not educated enough.
At least you admit it.
I admit to you freely, I am not capable of seeing good in DJ Ugalele.
Yeah.
Every year this guy's back with somebody new, and this time it's going to be he's the Oregon, he's the Penn State of position of the quarterback. So maybe it's me that I'm flawed. I just can't get past that. But still, I guess Spenny, the baseline, they got to be bowl eligible. I mean, Phil Steele's got them in the back.
They
of
will
the
make
Big
a
Ten.
bowl. They will make a bowl.
They have to.
They will.
They have to, or it's a failure.
I
Year
hope it's
one's
the
a
Quick
failure.
Lane Bowl. That'd be cool. I'll go see them.
So there you go. All right, we got it in there.
Hey, Mark. Quit being a pussy and put your money up, bitch.
Oh,
$300 that they win more than 3 games. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Talk to him.
Whoa.
Somebody said 3
I
wins.
can't condone illicit gambling.
That's
however, I cannot stop it. Either.
Right, exactly.
That's a little.
I don't need rock with stay, but talk your shit, Speed. Get your shit on.
He's just talking shit to talk shit.
Well, then there's this, right? I know that you guys say, way to segment one person in the fan base, although there seems to be multiple persons, but whatever. Dakota Mullis.
Still not the host.
Sit down, little brother. You go 8-4 and be happy about it like you were in 2014.
I'd 100%.
Check's record, Michigan was 5-7.
Yeah. And I'd 100% be happy with 8-4.
No, 8-4.
No, 8-4 is great for you.
Yeah, that would be that
Great.
is my ceiling of this team this year is 8-4.
That would mean you probably beat every team other than the gauntlet in the middle.
Yeah.
That's why the fans bother me, though.
Dakota Mullet, you want to take that bet?
Sit
You wanna
down
take that
and be
bet,
happy
Dakota
and
Mullet?
be 8-4 like you were in 2014. We're happy about it when literally your team was 5-7 that year. You cannot, as a Michigan fan, you cannot bring up 2014.
Exactly.
Is that fair?
We don't represent
Flannel, is that fair?
The last season of Hoke, I would contend, was worse than even the first 2 seasons of Rich Rod. They were
Hell yeah.
That was the game which I always reference where I think they were losing at home to Minnesota, and they put Shane Morris back on the field, clearly concussed. That was just a disaster of all disaster. And Shane, speaking of disasters, Shane Morris.
Rip.
Sucked. Terrible. One of the
Yeah,
biggest
it was-
recruiting busts I've ever seen.
What dude, don't break. See, these guys are just pussies in the chat. They talk shit, and when I tell them to put their money up, they get scared. You just said you'd take the bet of 3 wins. Take the bet, bitch.
Take it.
You're going to lose that bet.
Again, I do not condone illicit, unlicensed, and unsanctioned gambling. However, I cannot prevent it. Woodward and Maine on game day, Detroit. You're waking up with Woodward and Maine, your source for all the insider info. And the defending NFC North champion Detroit Lions. The legendary Foster, our guy Matt Broder. Sundays, 8 to 9 a.m. every Sunday. Woodward and Maine. And don't forget, Detroit Lions pregame in the city of Detroit just leveled up a couple of notches. Myself, Sean Belizean, 10 a.m. to noon. Most Sundays, of course, we adjust for the Monday night games, the Sunday night games, all of it. We will be live at Second Best, 42 Watson Street in Detroit. The very best football Sunday, even better than the flagship, everybody, is presented by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, or a combination of the two, or one of them on their own. Yeah. Whatever you want, folks. They make a good combo, though. Again, live at Second Best. Pre-game show. Let's get it, everybody. Nobody's doing better in the football and Lions world than Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on the expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Dr. Pierce every Tuesday right here on Big D Energy. Every Thursday right there on Ermanni and Edwards. Trust the guy that Darren McCarty trusted with his career. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your very best. Dr. Pierce every week here on Woodward Sports Network, brought to you by MRI of Southfield. All right, we're keeping it pushing, getting heavy into the college football. The college football starts, I guess, officially tonight. Sam Flannel in for DMAC the rest of the week. My name is Neil Rule. That's KG. That's Spencer Raxter. All right, we've got that handled. That's all of you in the Woodward Sports chat's been very spicy today. I like it.
I think a lot of us have been spicy today.
Mark has been pretty spicy.
Mark just talks shit. He doesn't even believe what he says.
There's not one human being on the universe who thinks Michigan State's getting 3 wins.
Yeah. This has been all spice today. Everybody's been spicy.
And I would love nothing more than to believe Michigan State will get 3 wins, but that's not going to happen.
But yeah, it's definitely not going to happen.
Easy. Why are you hiding comments, Neil? I've never hidden a comment in my life, big bro.
Ooh.
Never. Any kind of movement, I'll never ban anyone. I'll never hide comments. Ever.
I muted Adiz for 24 hours because he's a puss.
No.
Very unprofessional.
Well, come back tomorrow then, bud.
Don't watch 5 to 7 today, then.
Yeah.
He'll be back. They always come back.
Yeah. Mike G, KG, can you get Spenny a shot of Casamigos?
Yeah, I would love to. You let me know, Spin. I got
How about,
you.
hey, everybody, look, everybody chill. Tomorrow's Bourbon Friday, holiday getaway weekend.
You're right. Oh, I'm looking forward to that bourbon, too.
Everyone love everybody.
A nice 12 o'clock bourbon? Yes.
No, 12.
Oh, we start at 11?
10:50.
Hey, now we talking.
10:50.
My guy.
I got some stuff for you, gents, too.
I'll prepare a snack.
Yeah, everybody eat something.
Yeah. I'll be ready.
Yeah. You may want to push Friday's workout to Saturday.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Might as well.
But I should probably be good by the end of the day.
You're an animal.
Yeah.
He is.
I'll probably be good.
That's why we love him.
It's legs anyways.
Yes. But yeah. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there, get your thoughts out there. And all right, national college football, everybody. I like doing this. I like talking the national stuff. I know a lot of people don't, especially, like Detroit fans. That is one thing we are famous for, is we like our stuff and that's it. We kind of tune out when everybody says. I'm asking you guys to give me one segment. I just some general stuff. The Georgia thing. They're in the playoff.
Yes.
All right. They are definitely in the playoff, no matter what. I like the fact that like they reach out, they play Clemson in the offseason. I will give Georgia this. They have always done that in their schedule. There was like 1 year they didn't, but for the most part throughout they've always played Georgia, or they've always played Oregon. Like I remember a couple years ago, I think it was the first year they won the Natty. Yeah. They played Oregon. Everyone was all hyped up. They decimated Oregon.
Oh, that's right. It was like
49-3.
Yeah, I remember.
They always play a great schedule. They're going to beat the piss out of Clemson.
Oh, it's going to be It's going to be 49-3 again.
No one even. Okay, let me ask you this, Michigan fans.
Yep.
You guys hate Georgia, but you hate them the way I think that I hated the Celtics back in the day.
Yeah.
I hate them
because they're so damn good.
But damn it, I respect you.
Exactly.
I don't want any piece of you.
Yeah.
No. I said in the Michigan sell job segment that Georgia is the one team that I will put my swords down. Michigan can't beat them. Georgia, to me, is the best team in the country in terms of talent. The only team, to me, other than Georgia, that can maybe approximate their talent top to bottom is Ohio State. But that's where I trust Carson Beck a lot more than I trust Will Howard. I'll just say that.
Yeah, and Mason Leach brings up a good point, too, which is something I was going to get to. How about these road games, everyone? At Alabama, at Texas, at Ole Miss. And they play Clemson.
That's a gauntlet.
Yeah.
And they play Tennessee.
I think they're winning every single one of those games. I think this has the potential to be a Georgia team that's even better than.
I don't think there's any way they go undefeated.
All right, that's fair.
No way they go undefeated.
No way at all?
No way.
Georgia?
Yeah.
No way?
And here's the deal, too. Everyone always forgets this. Every year, Georgia has a game where the bus leaves empty. You know what I'm saying? Remember a couple years ago, it might have been when it was Kent State.
No, yeah.
When they was like tied in the fourth quarter with Kent State of all teams. They always have one of those games. I don't think that they're going undefeated. That's why, like, this futures talk that this is where college football has become the NFL. I have to see the path before I can lock, stock, and barrel say that this is going to be a national champion. What if Georgia loses at Texas and loses at Alabama? Now you're not winning the SEC. So now you got to play an opening round game. And granted, you get to play it at home and stuff like that, but the path looks different all of a sudden.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And that's very plausible. I'm not coming off the top rope with something crazy when I say that. That's you can make a case for it. Would I bet my future on it? No. But it could be done.
You can make a case for sure, but the part of me picking Georgia as an absolute juggernaut is I don't care who they play. I truly believe that they're going undefeated.
Yeah.
They're like at Alabama, and I get it. It's still Alabama. It's still Bryant-Denny Stadium, but it's really not still Alabama. This is the least talented team that they've had since before Nick Saban. I just think Georgia, they're going to overwhelm teams. And I think they have the Heisman Trophy winner as their quarterback as well. They're going to be front runners. I think this is a team that could be even better than the teams that won national championships.
Are you going to hate Carson Beck at the level you hated Stetson Bennett?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because
Stetson Bennett's a bum.
Because Carson Beck is actually a good quarterback who's going to be maybe the number one overall pick. It's either going to, if a team needs a quarterback, they're going Stetson Bennett. If they don't, they're probably going Mason Graham. I don't like the little engine that could. I don't like the walk-on story. I don't. It should have been JT Daniels all along. It should have. JT Daniels could have won those championships too. I will die on that hill.
For sure.
And I get it that Stetson Bennett played best in a lot of the playoff games. I will give you that. But those 5 first-round draft picks didn't hurt things throughout the season. I'll just say that.
Okay, that's fair. KG, anything to add?
No.
Spenny?
I think Georgia.
No, Georgia and Ohio State, I think, by far are the best 2 teams in college football this year.
Which brings me to Ohio State.
Yeah.
The quarter. See, here's the deal. You guys know this because we talked about it before. The only quarterback in the Big Ten that's won a Big Ten championship. There's only one that's playing this year.
Who has won a Big Ten championship?
Cade McNamara.
Oh,
is the only
right.
quarterback in the Big Ten
Right.
that's won a Big Ten
Watch
championship.
out,
Look
Iowa.
out.
Wow.
Iowa, baby.
That was
Michigan State beats Iowa
That was
this
a
year.
good pull for you, by the way. I completely forgot.
I stole it from somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's how this business works.
Michigan State will beat Iowa this year.
He's standing on that, too.
You take that to the bank. We should have beat them last year.
To be fair, though,
if it wasn't for that terrorist and if it wasn't for Cooper DeJean, we would have beat Iowa this year.
But that's going to be a test for Aiden Childs. They do have a good secondary.
They do.
Yeah.
Which brings me to Will Howard.
Yeah.
I got to see it, man.
Yeah,
I'm on the Aiden Childs thing. I'm the exact same way with Aiden Childs and I am about Will Howard. Like, before you go crowning them,
Yep.
I do have to see it. Now, again, I am not one of these people where if they don't cash it in, I'm not one of these people that's going to say, well, Ryan Day is going to be fired. I am not those people.
You don't think so?
No, I was told you get 7 years. Is that not true?
Well, but
with Michigan, not Ohio State.
Why? What's the difference?
I mean, it depends. But if they flop in the playoffs again, and let's say they lose to Michigan, he's out of there.
The difference is actually
You don't get 7 years?
No. The difference is actually pretty easy to figure out because what Ryan Day walked into, he's following in the footsteps of Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer, who made it their job just pounding Michigan, and they each won a natty. Ryan Day has flamed out in the playoffs and been pounded by said
flamed
Michigan.
out. I mean, missed a field goal to beat Georgia.
Fine, but it was a lot of it I thought had to do with Ryan Day's coaching at the end. That it did not have to be a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Could have ran a couple more plays to get him closer. And I get it. That was close, but Urban Meyer...
I would argue they were closer to a national championship than Michigan was that year.
Of course they were,
Yeah.
but then they followed it up by not being in the playoff and Michigan winning the national championship. Ryan Day, I get it. They had a titan of expectations. Urban Meyer was literally undefeated against Michigan. Literally.
Yeah.
He won a natty. Ryan Day,
Michigan
as
State
I said,
beat Urban Meyer.
they did. They 100%.
Man, anyway.
What's that like?
Right.
That gives me damn
Yeah,
nightmares to
hell
this
yeah.
day.
I hated
Oh,
it.
that Tyler O'Connor.
Legendary.
Yeah, but no, I think Ohio State fans are the main culprits of like I got to see it from Ryan Day.
much.
Flannel Sam. I stand up and say that I don't necessarily think Ryan Day should be fired if they don't meet expectations, but Ohio State fans.
Well,
they're gonna
Flannel,
wanna
because you talk about it, right? You say, well, Michigan was 40-3 over the last 43 games.
Yeah, yeah.
You know who has very similar numbers
Ryan
to that?
Day.
Yeah,
Ryan Day.
39-3. But guess who the 3 losses is against?
Bam.
Well, but if Ohio State wins this year, then they beat you guys 16 of the last 20 times.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
fine.
Like, it's funny how that changes.
If they beat Michigan this year and win the national championship, Ryan Day suddenly elevates to one of the best coaches in the country,
True.
undisputed.
But he has to do both. He can't just do one or the other.
No, I think he's fine.
No,
He
okay.
is fine. You get
Okay.
7 years.
I don't think if he loses to Michigan, he'll be fired.
Yes.
If
That
he
is,
loses
that
to
is a
Michigan-
fact.
If he loses to Michigan this year, he'll be fired.
That is a
even
fact.
if they still make the playoffs.
Yeah,
That is a
I don't
fact.
see. I don't agree with
You
that.
can't lose to
at
Michigan
all.
4 years in a row at Ohio State
Right.
and Sharon Moore for 2 of them. You can't do that.
But why at Michigan can you lose 15 times?
Well,
in a row?
you're asking the wrong person.
Exactly. We didn't put pressure on. Well, there was pressure on Jim Harbaugh,
There
but
was-
not like Ohio State.
Yeah, there was no real pressure on Jim Harbaugh.
You think Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer coming out saying, "Oh, this is the most talent Ohio State's ever seen"? You think that was an accident? He's getting pressure put on him by the donors, by the former coaches who actually achieved the success that he's trying to get to. Like, absolutely, he can't do one or the other. It has to be both.
Yes.
You know what does suck about it, though? It does. And we already saw this happen.
Yeah.
That the Michigan-Ohio State game is so devalued now.
True.
It just, in the grand scheme of things, it does not matter, which is wild to say, but it's true. And we saw that 2 years ago. That we saw the beginning of it, but we didn't believe our eyes. We didn't know. We thought we knew better.
Hey,
But the erosion of the importance of that game had already started before we even knew it. And that's what's sad about That is the one thing that is sad about college
100%.
football.
But last year it was pretty important. Ohio State didn't make the playoff.
Yep.
And they were close, but they on the final drive they were picked off by Rod Moore.
I have an actual question. This is legitimate for you guys. I saw someone say in the chat that Ryan Day was born on third base. Can't the same be said about Sherrone Moore?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Shoot, he's halfway to home after a wild pitch.
Yeah. He was born on third base, and someone just hit a single into the outfield.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, there is no
absolutely.
question about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you agree with that,
no
or
problem
is that Spenny trolling?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to clear it.
But it doesn't matter. You still got to get the job.
Still got to get the job done. For sure.
All that shit don't matter.
And there's such a and I get it. I just said how Michigan might have the best defense in the country. And I'd say that they do have the best defense in the country.
I would say
but
so too.
At other positions, there is such a talent. The talent gap should carry Ohio State to beat Michigan. Should.
Yes.
But he also has a 2,000-pound gorilla on his back, Ryan Day.
Right. And I'm sorry, you can pay for a team. That don't mean you gonna win.
Yeah.
You got the best team money can buy. Well, we got to see it.
But that's where, and I know we're super late for the break, but
everybody keep hyping up Ohio State.
That's
this year.
That's where it comes back to me. Am I crazy if I tell you guys I hear all these numbers and I look at that roster and it doesn't equate? Like I hear all the money they spent, but I look at that roster, I don't feel that way. I don't. Name a receiver they have on this roster that they didn't have on any other roster. Name a quarterback they have on this roster that they didn't have at any other roster.
That's fact. Shoot, like
Name a running back they have on this roster that they haven't had on any other roster.
Quinshawn Judkins. I think he's better than any running back Ohio State's had since Zeke Elliott.
Well, that's funny. He's not going to be the starter.
Semantics.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if he's God's gift to running backs.
I mean, for this year, he's one of the best in the country. He's no
K'Ron Lynch Adams.
But that's the thing, because so is Travion Henderson. They're maybe two of the top 5 running backs of the country. Like, their running back room is you're going to split carries.
And you know what? Speaking of that, too, since we're on it, the Travion Henderson thing, when do I stop hearing about it? When do I see it? And that's fair. I don't care what that's fair.
You're not going to stop hearing about it.
Well, when do I see it then?
Hey. Got to talk to them.
He had 1,000 yards as his first year. He had over 900 last year. He's a lifetime 6 yards a carry guy. I think they're being a little unfair to Travion Henderson. And I'm not trying to cape up for an Ohio State guy, but
and see, here's Big Cuz in the Woodward Sports chat. Born on third with 7 returning starters. How is he born on third if we lost everyone? So you got a good team or you don't have a good team? Can't have it both ways.
No, he's born on third, and that's okay, by the way.
Yeah,
okay.
It is for sure.
Yeah, it's not like he's building from the
nothing
ground
against
up.
him. Yeah,
There's
you got the
there.
best defense in the country.
Yeah,
you're born on third.
Defending national champion.
He hasn't recruited a single player on their roster. He's born on third. Like that's what happens.
The number,
and that's fine. That's fine.
The first 2 picks in the NFL draft.
They're 2 of the top 10 for sure.
Yeah,
4 of the top 20.
I would agree.
Yeah. The first 2 Big Ten picks for sure. So.
Then how are they plus money to make the play? That's free money.
Hey,
quarterback and O-line. Skill position players.
New head coach.
Yeah.
Yep. Turnover, yeah.
It's half the ball.
Yeah.
Half the side of the ball is still good enough to beat the rest of that schedule.
Yeah, which is why they're making it.
Yes.
they're making it.
All right. Tell them about, man, we missed the break badly. Tell them about Mark White.
Mark White, of
I will
course.
tell them about Mark White, because Mark White will save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs when buying a new home. All you got to do is call 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com. That's right, I said $5,000. Just call 248-290-8242 or visit him at markwhitesells.com. Mark White will make your dreams come true.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
All right, everybody, let's get serious for a second here. If you're facing divorce, child custody, family law, criminal law situation, you need experience on your side. Over 10 years of experience with KDK Law right here in Birmingham. And look, if you're going through some of those issues we just talked about, chances are you're probably losing some sleep. They have 24/7 availability. So guys, you know what you have to do. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now. Get KDK Law on your side. Kevin and Catherine, they're goated on the sticks, everybody. Scan the QR code on your screen. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. They will pay your filing fee. Squat up, everybody. Don't be walking into that courtroom where she's trying to take it all.
Man.
Don't be doing it.
She vindictive.
Okay, no, but seriously, though, guys, child custody, all this stuff, it is real. It is absolutely real. You need a law team that is absolutely real, and that is KDK Law here in Birmingham. They've got your back. All right, keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Lems31M in the chat, born on 3rd, but Javi's up and there's 2 outs.
Yeah.
Don't start making excuses now. Don't start making
I like
excuses.
the comment, though.
That's a good comment.
No, it absolutely was funny. Man, we went past the clock there. Let's go Red Wings party. Ryan Day was born on 3rd, and if you cheat to win, you've already lost. I was told that.
Hey, things change.
Yeah.
People change.
That's what we're down to?
Ohio State lost a lot, man. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I'm just happy they won the national championship, man.
Right. Fuck what they talking about, man.
What is it? For real, though, KG?
For real what?
He said that.
Yeah. So?
Okay.
He also said he don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay.
I don't recall, man. I don't recall.
There you go. That's what it all comes back to.
Hey, man.
We're exonerated. Michigan is exonerated. I do not recall.
Yeah. Connor Stallion's brilliant.
Absolutely. No, it is funny, though, man.
He is pretty smart. He was almost too damn smart for his own good. But
No, he actually is, I think, like a savant.
No, for real.
Like
his
like
system,
Rain Man. But
I think he's got some tism.
Sure. 1,000%.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
He's like Rain Man, basically, yeah.
Lorena Rios, Neil, Javi's bad hit may have saved the Tiger season. I do not think it's a coincidence. I do not. I do not think it's a coincidence.
No.
That there was a weight lifted off that entire lineup, that clubhouse, those kids. There was a weight lifted off their shoulders when he was shot into space.
Yep, that's what happens when you're the worst everyday player
in the history of Major League Baseball. I will say that every single day that I have this microphone, never forget that they were able to shed the worst everyday player in the history of Major League Baseball. That is not Neil Rule's opinion.
No.
That is not Flannel Sam's opinion. There is no opinion in that statement ever. Look up the worst seasons in history for an everyday player.
And that victory lap at Wrigley was kind of a bad look. I don't think the organization.
I hated that shit.
Yeah, I don't think the organization cared for that too much.
I hated that shit.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
That photo of him.
Yeah.
If you're a Cub fan, though, it must be pretty nice because you actually got good seasons of Javi Baez there.
Yeah.
And then you dumped him off, did all right with the Mets, and then with the Tigers,
They
he's been
dumped
the
off
worst.
everybody.
Why
Chris Bryant, all those guys before they fell apart.
Anthony Rizzo.
Why do you think they cheered? That was a sarcastic cheer.
Yeah.
But Javi, that's the thing, though. That's what's so crazy is Javi Baez was good for them.
That's true. But
Yeah.
he's always been the same player. Like, he's the same player he is now is the same player
just
he was
hit
then.
more back
Exactly.
then. He just hit
like, he hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, let's get the clock back on track. We'll take this break. Spin the block with KG.
Oh,
real quick.
man, come on.
Real quick, spin the block with KG when we come back. Tell about Randy Wise.
Randy Wise.
Hurry up, quicker.
Hey, I'm going. Randy Wise, make the wise decision with Randy Wise. And how would you like to play any Detroit sports legend like Darren McCarty, Kurt Gibson, Braylon Edwards, or Calvin Johnson? It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today and you can play like a VIP. Go to woodwardsports.com or scan the code on the screen right above my head. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
And let me tell you about the watch party and the post-game show. Both going to be live at Hayes Social, all presented by Sabbath Coffee Roasters. The heavyweights for the watch party, Stick and Hansen for the post-game show. You know Woodward Sports is doing Lions coverage better than any other outlet in Detroit, and it's not close. So make sure you tune in with us all year long. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's up, everybody? Join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. That's right, football, cheer, it's all available for you. Offers youth ages 5 to 14, 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. Register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation all included for a chance to play for a championship at Ford Field, just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports. All right, spin the block with KG. First question that came in. KG, why doesn't the block claim J-Lo anymore?
We ain't claimed her in a very, very long time. I don't know if we ever did, to be real with you.
No, you did. Don't lie. Don't lie.
No, maybe the Hispanic street. She was Jenny from the Hispanic block, but not, I mean, she dated Diddy, and that was really the only notable.
That was the end?
That was the only notable brother she
It was
she
the
dated.
beginning and the end.
Exactly.
All right,
and we all know what happened with Diddy, so if you want to claim that, fine, but we don't.
All right. Spin the block, KG. Get me caught up in the urban community. What's popping?
Well, I mean, the most mainstream news that we have currently is Steve Harvey and Cat Williams.
Yeah.
I heard Steve Harvey was piping up.
So,
Man.
yeah, Steve Harvey did some kind of rally with Stephen A. Smith, and, you know, they were talking about the DNC and just black people not coming together in general, which is partially true. But then he kind of went on a tirade saying that, you know, it's hard not to respond to certain short MFers. You know, if he was, you know, he's 70, but he from the hood and stuff like that.
This was at the DNC?
Not at the DNC.
It was a rally for the DNC. Okay, got it.
Well, I don't know if it was for the DMC, but him and Stephen A. had some kind of, like, public forum. I don't know in what capacity it was. But
okay.
He was saying that, you know, he's 70, but, you know, he's from the hood, and it'd be hard not to respond because, you know, he would knock, and I quote, he would knock the perm off of this short MFer's head.
Why is he out there talking about people's hair when his head looks like a milk dud?
Exactly, and he had a fake hairdo for the longest time, and we found out and we were quite upset about it. But we'll get into that in a second. But
Man.
yeah, so the short MFer, of course, he's referring to is Cat Williams, who spoke about him. What was that Shannon Sharp shit in January?
About that time,
It's been almost a year, so he decides to respond now for whatever reason. Cat Williams did respond back on an Instagram post, pretty much said, yeah, Steve, okay. Not really taking it serious, but for Steve Harvey, I mean, there's, of course, history there with them. There were some things that happened around the Kings of Comedy tour. I know Cat Williams blamed Cedric the Entertainer for stealing one of his jokes that he was doing for a very long time before that. And Steve Harvey kind of has like this uppity kind of attitude in regards to dealing with other black entertainers, especially those of Cat Williams' ilk who kind of were like self-made and kind of did it on their own. So I don't know what the exact beef is there. It's a lot there, but Steve Harvey is not really one to talk.
That's what I'm saying.
Because said Steve Harvey's single stash is nasty word.
No, for real. And when he did the Steve Harvey show in the 90s, he was known for having one of the best lineups to ever exist. For us to find out it was a fucking wig. It was a unit. It did not exist. It was not real. He was bald the whole time. So he's been lying to the black community for a very long time.
And I think it's time the community holds him accountable.
No, seriously.
I think it is. I mean, this segment here needs to start that, KG.
And I don't know him, and it's not like I think he's the worst person in the world, but some of the comments he's made in terms of, you know, just pretty much like selling out, you know.
He's been off key.
Yeah, he's been out of touch. We'll say that. He's been out of touch. I don't think he's the worst person ever, but Steve Harvey, you're not going to knock Cat Williams' perm off his head. Like, why are you threatening to fight this man after he called you out 7 months ago? You just not responding. I just don't get it. Look at this lineup. Look at this.
That's like Jalen Rose level, but Jalen Rose is real.
And it was a lie.
Yeah.
That's Lego hair, bro.
We believed in you, Steve Harvey. You lied to us.
Lied to the community.
Can't stand, man. Can't stand.
For those that haven't watched it, you guys need to watch or listen to Cat Williams' appearance on Club Shay Shay.
If
I know
you
it's
haven't
old.
seen it already.
As somebody who works, somebody who's worked in, like the pseudo entertainment field, it is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It is 100% true.
Yes,
it's legendary.
Until we line up on the line, boy. Then that don't mess.
Right. See if that factors in. I love that.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
You not gonna catch him. His 40-yard dash is crazy.
I'm sure it does.
You can't even catch him, Steve.
The only person that can
man.
catch Cat Williams is 6-year-old.
Y'all, for real. That 12-year-old that he got.
All right. Flannel, we're getting off the highway right now. We're getting off the highway right now. No, I appreciate the
Shed
update.
216 says you lied about your lineup. You lied about your relationship.
You did.
Who's asking
We
Steve
looked
Harvey
up to you.
Who's asking Steve Harvey for relationship advice, though? That's the crazy.
Yes, you'll be surprised.
He's really funny on Family Feud, though.
Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he does.
He's got the same move, just the look into the camera, though.
He does have the same move. I give you that.
It's the same move.
Asking open-ended, sexually explicit questions and then freaking out when they give a sexually explicit answer.
Ooh, that's actually a good point.
What's the best thing your woman could give you? What do you think they're gonna say, Steve?
Exactly right.
Oh, geez, they said blowjob.
Now-
Crazy.
The message and the delivery are different. I will give him credit, though. It's the same thing I do with Sam Flannel.
Oh, for sure.
You
gotta set him up.
You set him up. People will take the bait. All right, the show's coming in. We got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We've got eyes
Pete
on
is
it.
here.
Yeah.
Pete's standing outside of the door. Yeah.
Tomorrow, Bourbon Friday, Nickel Package Friday.
Can't wait.
College football nickel package, Big Ten nickel package, sports financial nickel package.
I was about to say sports media. Throw it in.
Yeah,
you know, I
so
love
I'll be
that.
doing a financial one.
Okay, cool.
Lions certainly.
Labor Day.
Absolutely. Labor Day nickel package.
Labor Day.
Can't wait for that one. See you all tomorrow, Friday. For Sam Flannel, KG, Spencer Raxter, I'm Neil Rowe. Thanks for tapping in Big D Energy. Well, see you later.